Alrighty, welcome to the first game of Shadow in the Beanstalk. I'm your humble GM, the Speaker. This is our first episode of the new campaign. As such, I will give you guys some background because I'm assuming most of you guys don't really know too much about the setting outside of it's a futuristic city, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys are average everyday citizens in the city of New Angeles. New Angeles, as it's officially known, is the special economic zone of Ecuadorian New Los Angeles, which is why everybody calls it New Angeles instead. It is an unincorporated territory of the United States of America. There is roughly 500 million official registered citizens that live in this city. The land area, as you can see on this map, is roughly 62,000 kilometers squared. As for the demographics, you're going to see 22% Latino, 19% white, 14% black, 9% being the indigenous group, 9% Asian, 23% are multiracial, and then 5% are other. As far as the Bioroid/clone population, it's estimated at about 5 to 10 million, give or take a year. The average government in this is a city council and mayor, very, very similar to regular cities in the United States. Essentially, you guys find yourselves in the fastest growing city on the planet. Thanks to the Beanstalk, which is a cable going from Earth to an orbit where you can get to the moon, that's what kind of draws all of the commercial entrepreneurs, etc., to this city. Essentially, you can find almost anything you want in this city. If you wanted to find tattoo artists, they're there. If you wanted to find wealthy megacorp owners, they're there as well.
Yes, they are.
New Angeles is the home base of several major Earth companies, as well as one lunar company. You have the mega corporation of Jinteki, which is a Japanese-based corporation. Most of their offices, etc., are based in the Nihongai district, which some of you find yourselves in. You have the NBN, which is the National News Broadcasting Network. They are generally located in Broadcast Square, which is in, I believe, the Laguna Valleso district. And if I butcher the Spanish part of this, I apologize. I don't speak Spanish as a second language, so I'm not very well pronunciation-wise on that. You have others as well that are in there, like Has Bioroid, which is a major corporation for the quote-unquote android population of the planet. Their major competitors are actually Jinteki. You also have Org Crime, so you'll see stuff like the Tri-Mafia here and other various groups, to include Los Scorpions, which, since you guys have lived in this town for a while, you guys will know, do not fuck with Los Scorpions. They are absolutely the most vicious Org Crime in the city. They are just shy, essentially, of being considered a terrorist group. And they're not that far off. The other faction you'll find is actually going to be the New Angeles Police Department. Depending on which section of the city you're in, there are rumors that they have been bought out by said faction group. Like in Nihongai, there is rumors that they have been bought out or paid off by the Yakuza. So keep that in mind. The last section, which is going to be the lunar company, is going to be Henlin. Essentially, their major import to this city is H3. Helium-3. Essentially, it is what allows, or hydrogen-3. It is what allows the city to be essentially a clean, green city. despite the hundreds of years of human waste that have essentially done some pretty good damage to the atmosphere. Nothing super serious. It's picture like San Francisco on a really bad day.
Yeah.
Occasionally. And it's not getting worse, thankfully. Alrighty, so go ahead and let's go down the line here. You guys, I'd like you to just kind of introduce your characters and give me, and whoever might ultimately end up watching these videos, a bit of background on who your characters are and what they're kind of about. So we will start with Lorelei.
The name is Lorelei Gizmoda. Rich parents earned their money through hard work and innovation, quickly learned the business, but eventually I lost touch with my parents because of a wonderful asshole named Uthan. He got her hooked to drugs, and she doesn't remember much. She was a smart businesswoman at one point in time, but she doesn't remember much. She lost her way of income. She lost her family. She did meet a police officer who is a loony as well, named Marcus Chandler. She realized he was going through a lot, and he helped her. He gave her food, shelter, when Uthan kicked her out. But she always went back because you never believe he will do it again. Marcus finally went out and arrested Uthan and got Lorelei out of the situation. She was addicted to drugs, but Marcus helped her. She does still have a small itch for it occasionally, but reminds herself of the life she once lived and fights the urges. He meets with a G-Mod named Lan Ting at the Emerald Dragon. Lan Ting will tell her of women who were also abused, and she will help them. The Emerald Dragon is where she meets Lan Ting, and then she will talk to Marcus about how to help him. And that is Lorelei Gizmoda.
All right. Next up is her companion, Tony.
Oh man. Should I just read the little backstory that I had right
It's
now?
up to you what you'd like to tell us about your character. You don't have to read the backstory. You can just give little tidbits if you'd like.
Gotcha. I think I'll read the backstory because that's a short enough thing to just graze over. Hello there, name. It's Tyson. Alright, I'm gonna read it. When biowarfare became an option during the Civil War, the T0-NY units were implemented to clean out toxicity and restore bases to operational functionality and potentially save a life. One such situation in which this unit saves a loony by the name of Lorelei from being exposed to deep space via air hatch has earned him a reprieve from the inevitable deletion of his existence. Now he serves faithfully at her side in hopes of one day being remade in the image of the creators.
She does not remember you at all.
That's totally fine. I'm just here for the game.
Oops.
My sarcasm unit has been updated.
I tried my best to help you.
Alrighty, and next up is Jackson.
Well, as it stands, I'm just you're run of the mill. I don't really remember too much. All I remember is just I guess the first thing I can remember is just seeing a dead look-alike laying on the ground. So naturally, I booked it out of there. But that's about as far back as I can remember. I still know two people. One, Benny, my closest friend. He's a Risti in the higher class of the city. And then the other one, Crime Lord Ben. I met him recently after taking to the streets. He kind of helped me out. Figured he helped me learn that I was very good with people. I've, for some reason, got this knack. And yeah, so he started having me peddling some stuff. Then he realized I would be better off with just taking people for fools. So I became a con artist quickly, and a pretty damn good one at that. I don't mean to brag or anything, but I can talk my way around a person. And if things get dodgy, I am more than willing to shoot my way out.
Alrighty.
That wraps it up.
And that brings us to Damatea.
Hi, I'm Demet. The greatest. I prefer my view.
Oh, she's I can't hear a word she's saying.
So I quite some so keep it up.
Don't mean to interrupt, but you're cutting in and out, and you are extremely quiet. And I've got you at
Sorry.
200%.
I'm not the greatest people. Honestly, if I had to for my, it's been that way my whole life. And I moved to Los Angeles a few years ago. Got caught by the cops was driving for them for a while. Now I mostly moonlight as a courier, take little jobs here and there. I think I just got a job from one of my contacts. See if I found it. But if you have a job from, just remember, if something delivered quickly, I'm your person.
Alrighty. Which brings us to, last but not least, Jin.
What am I doing?
Introducing your character.
How do you want me to introduce my character?
I don't care. Tell us about your character. However you would like to tell us about Jin.
She hacks into computers. You don't know much about her background.
Alrighty. The mysterious one.
Yep, just about it.
Alright, so to get started into the actual game itself, you guys find yourselves, like I said earlier, in the city of New Angeles. I'm not sure how each of you guys knows each other outside of the Tony unit and Lorelei. Both of you have an inn together. As far as I can tell from the rest of you guys, you have no connections between each other as of yet. But that doesn't matter. You guys have a contact. Inside your guys' folders, you guys should find a handout. If that's not there, then you will find it in the group handouts.
Whoops.
So let's see. Put that there. I forget who all I gave them to. Okay, and there we go. Okay, so if it's in multiple group or multiple peoples, you'll find it in the group handouts. Go ahead and take a moment to read it over.
Oh man, it's all sciencey.
That's cool.
Alright, I'm gonna curiously wonder who said person is, but
I don't really care. 1,000 up front, that's more than enough.
yep.
Not to mention 2,000 upon delivery.
What? Huh? Okay.
How long as my vehicle gets fixed?
Can I do a thing? Hold on, I think I can do a thing. I would like to do a thing.
What would you like to do?
Can I search any person that may be using an alias online as speaker?
Sure. Go ahead and roll me a average or an easy computers check, because I'm assuming you're just kind of Googling this, essentially.
Yeah, heck yeah, my dude. I love me something. Googling.
Do a quick Google.
Alright, you said
Doing the quick Google.
internet. or hacking?
This
No,
is
no,
computers
gotcha.
check. This is just an easy computers check.
You're checking Reddit. Get the username.
Check Reddit.
Easy as one purple. Bam. Hopefully I don't fail horribly. Yes.
Nice.
All right, so you are successful. You come back with 2,730,000,000 hits for a user named Speaker.
Alright, I'm sure I can keep doing this sort of thing, can't I? I want to narrow down my search. 'Cause
Okay.
I don't know what I'm doing with this information. They're trying to have me deliver stuff. I have no means of getting back to them.
Okay.
They send a contact me at this URL if you're down.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
So
then why am I doing this search? We're good. We're good.
okay. For those of you who would like to accept, there is a little accept button. I'm assuming, let's see, I've got one that says so far kind of accepting,
Yes.
2 that are accepting.
Wait, hold up. Can I hack into and find out where this came from?
If you would like to give that a shot, go ahead.
I'll accept.
Except
I'd be... Wait, roll.
First things first, since you're trying to backtrace this, we now get to actually play with the net.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the first thing I need you to do is I need you to roll me a daunting computers check.
Oh, God.
That way you can access the system.
What? Daunting, isn't that for like a government or?
What I do.
You're having to
I
get
don't
into
know.
the government system if you want to backtrace them.
Well, it depends on who I'm trying to hack. So that's why I'm trying
In
to
this
figure
case,
out.
you're trying to backtrace so you can hack them, which means you need to go through the government system to find them.
Oh, God. Which means they use a government system.
Or they're routing through the government system.
Them jerks. You said daunting for purple?
4 purple.
Yeah, I'll give it a whirl.
All right, go for it.
I took an average character. I don't think any of my talents give me any kind of yays to get into the system.
Wrong
No,
channel.
shucky darns. Yeah, my talents don't give me nothing, so. Whatever. I fail.
Make sure you're rolling it in the correct section, too, by the way.
Fuck me.
All right, so unfortunately, you are unable to access the system.
Okay.
You tell me what your advantage gets for you, though.
I know which system he's using. What he's, hacking through. Is it really government or not?
Based on the fact of where he's coming through, you can tell that he is coming through the government systems.
Okay.
Specifically through the actual regional government, not a megacorp. So he's obviously very smart because he chose a very, very broad way to send this, while still being specific to who he's sending it to.
Okay, I'll accept.
All right, so that's 3 accepting.
I am verbally accepting mine because I don't have.
Okay, that's 4.
Yeah, I'm accepting.
And 5. All right, so after you guys accept, GPS tagging is sent to each of your individual paths in an email, so you guys can choose to ignore it if you'd like, but since you're accepting, there's no point to ignoring. Essentially, it sends you into the Nihongai district to actually kind of a hole-in-the-wall little ramen store. Once there, it tells you to order the ramen, hold the egg.
I'll do so.
All right. So you guys make your way over to Nihongai. For those of you who are already there, which it looks like it's Jin, Tony, and Lorelei, You guys arrive roughly the same time, and you guys wander in. It's a very... hold on.
It smells like soap in here.
As you guys wander down the district, and I'm just going to move you guys into the correct deal here. So you're not there yet. You're there, and you're there, but you're not. Okay, so as you guys wander down into the district, this is kind of what you're seeing as far as the city around you. It's starting to rain. People are scurrying underneath the buildings and trying to duck out of the weather. The smell of food and various other deals, like the water smells kind of icky, and you notice that people are like jumping over it, not going through it. But otherwise, you can smell like ramen and other hard, like really nice Asian spices being used in the creation of different delicacies. In one shop you see ramen, in another shop you'll see like rice balls, in another you'll see curry. Just a huge mishmash of just foods, etc. And eventually you wander to the shop that you are actually looking for.
Alright, I proceed in.
All right. You're greeted with Ohio, and you see a gentleman bow before you.
Hello.
Oh, English. What will it be?
Ramen with no egg.
Very good. And he gestures, please, have a seat next to that gentleman down there. And he points towards this guy who is sitting there sipping on a cup of tea. He's got it in both hands, and he's just kind of drinking softly through it. Kind of finer clothing.
I will proceed and sit down.
Okay. And this is the gentleman you see right here, by the way. He doesn't really do anything when you sit down next to him.
Mm-hmm.
After that, what are you doing at this point, Tony?
I am following pretty close to our friend here. I don't eat, so I think that'd be weird if I asked him to get me a bowl of ramen, so...
Okay.
I don't know.
You see several of the patrons actually give you a second look there, Lorelei, as your Tony unit follows behind you. They don't it's not overtly anything, but you can tell that they're just kind of watching a little bit. This is kind of interesting that somebody would bring their own bioroid down into Nihongai, this specific area.
It's not even mine. I don't know who he is. Follows me like a puppy.
All right, and Jin.
So
You're gonna get a lot of...
my character has her pad out, like she is totally engrossed in it, and she is mapping out everything, taking down faces and names, like a video camera recording.
Okay. Are you overtly doing this, or are you covertly doing this?
Oh, I don't care if people watch and know I'm doing it.
Okay. So you kind of pan around. Several of the people, as they see the camera come out, they just kind of, like the ladies will flip up fans and just fan themselves, and the gentlemen will just kind of put a hand up and block part of their face. Apparently this crowd doesn't particularly care to be video recorded.
My face will come out like right over my face.
Go ahead and roll me a average computers check too, by the way.
Okay. Gosh, if I don't make this, I'm gonna be so pissed. You said average?
Yep.
Thank God.
All right, so as you kind of pan around too, you come across the gentleman that's kind of sitting next to this this lady and her bioroid. As your camera kind of pans over them, it works just fine. But as soon as it gets over this gentleman, you just see flickering and like static appear on your screen.
I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna take a deep breath. And I'm gonna go sit down at the table.
Okay. He doesn't really make a motion. He just continues to sit there.
All right.
Around this time, Dematea, Jackson, you both arrive into the area that these guys are in. The rain has started to really heavily come down at this point, and people at this point are scattering, and a lot of the shopkeepers are actually starting to bring in their front end stuff because they don't want it ruined by the rain.
Okay.
So me and Damatea, Jackson both there at the same time?
You guys arrive roughly the same time.
Okay.
So I guess Damatea, what do you do?
I'll probably see about greeting the person in the ramen stand.
Okay.
Ohio.
Ohio, what would you like, miss?
Ramen tamago nashite.
Oh, good choice. And he looks past you to the gentleman walking in behind you. Ohio!
Ohio.
And for you, good sir, what would you like?
Data pad. Ramen. Thank you.
Oh, please have a seat over there. Group orders, go there. And he gestures towards the Bioroid unit. A more well-dressed woman and somebody, like two people essentially, one of which doesn't have a pad out, but you can tell they're on the net, and another one that appears to be playing with their pad.
Well, first, before I really go too far, I'm gonna shake out my hair that's covered in water. Or did I have an umbrella?
That's up to you.
You're doing that inside? How rude.
I don't shake. That's a good point. Disregard that. Yeah. Okay. I'll walk up. I'll walk to to everyone. Just take a seat.
Okay.
Just kind of scope everybody out.
Okay. As you sit down, it takes a few minutes, but eventually your guys' food arrives. As you kind of look at the assortment of food that's in front of you, all of it ramen without eggs, for those of you that actually ordered the ramen without egg. You see that on the outside of the bowl is the name of the shop, which is Chuka Soba Minami, for those of you who care. The gentleman...
Chuka soba?
Chuka Soba Minami.
Oh no, I'm gonna misspell that trying to pronounce it.
There you go. All right. He just kind of, the gentleman that you guys are sitting with, those of you there, he just kind of gets his bowl, picks it up, gets his chopsticks, and expertly begins to just kind of get the noodles going into his mouth. Other than that, he doesn't pay any mind to any of you.
What does he look like?
That.
The guy in the bottom corner.
Oh, on the bottom?
There you go.
That guy.
That is who he looks
Right.
like.
Oh, we can't see
Okay.
his eyes?
No, he has like this weird visor thing. You know kind of what it is. It looks to be a custom like viewing station for the net.
Oh.
I will proceed to eat.
I'm gonna eat well because
I
I'm
attempt that.
starving.
To get into his visor?
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a hard computer, or is it computers, or is this? Sorry, I don't remember what the other skills are.
There's hacking, and then there's the one where you try to defend against the system.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to remember the name of the skill.
I got it right here. Let's see here. It is computers hacking or SysOps.
Okay, so you're going to be doing a computers hacking check, a
Okay.
hard one.
Okay. This is gonna be fun. Come on, finish the roll.
No,
On my end, it's still rolling.
it's
Good
not
lord.
that.
It's done now. Okay. Yeah, you managed to gain access to the system.
Mm-hmm. Is there any ice in the way?
There are several subfolders that are inside this system.
Right.
The main ones you see are... hold on. Essentially, you see network access, as well as stuff like camera footage. Apparently, this thing has cameras so he can see outside of it as he chooses.
Mm-hmm.
You also see a security subsystem that will allow you to access further into his actual data and files.
Sure. I'll
Okay.
do that.
As you get onto his system as well, you start to see in your on your system, like you start to see pop-ups for things that you really, really wanted to check out, like that new movie that you had that you wanted to pirate. It just came out where you can hack it if you wanted to.
I know what he's doing.
And
Well, I'm
by
gonna
the
go-
way, you take 2 setbacks to non-computers checks next turn.
I'm just going to exit the system.
Okay.
I
You
don't want to
just got
slow the
hacked.
story down.
All right. So after a few minutes of eating, the gentleman sets his things aside, and Damatea, you get a ping on your pad.
Okay, I bring out my pad so I can read it.
Madame, you are more than welcome to join us at this table. If you wish to do the job, sitting away like you are isn't very helpful to conversation.
I I pick up the bowl and go to sit next to the guy in red, I suppose.
Alrighty. So you guys see this blue-haired beauty come up, and she sits down. At this point, the gentleman, having pushed his stuff away, clasps his hands in front of himself, and you can see he just turns and looks at each of you individually.
Okay.
And as he does, he takes his
I ignore
fingers
him.
and he points towards you, Lorelei. Lorelei Glismoda.
Yes.
You had a business not till too long ago. I believe that you are having issues with your ex.
Yeah. I am.
He kind of looks up at the Tony unit. Obsolete unit. Very odd that this one still exists.
He says he's mine. I don't remember him at all.
Odd memory lapse, but that's fine. Points towards
Roasted.
Damatea. Damatea, racer. Worked with
Yep.
worked for a secret agency, won't disclose. Has some skills at driving. Exactly what we need.
Correct.
Points towards Gin. Gin Anahita. Self-proclaimed techie. Very good with computers. Gets a little distracted easily.
I pop a bubble with my gum.
And finally, Jackson Hughes. You have very little on the net. Surprisingly, for what I've seen, you seem to be a pretty boy that has connections in various places. That's why. And he just kind of nods approvingly. Well, let's get down to business. And at this point, you guys, for those of you that are connected to the net, you guys hear a physical pop in your ear. If the system's connected to you. I don't know if the system is actually connected to any of you. Are any of you physically connected into the net?
I'm not.
The closest thing would be the glasses I have.
Okay, so your glasses momentarily blink. If you guys have your pads out, those momentarily blink, and then they give you a signal lost screen.
Oh.
Do I power
Take over
down
being
from
trapped?
I
this?
start shaking the shit out of my pad.
Anyway, what was up, Tony?
Do I power down from this?
No, this isn't going to power you down. It's just making it where those with internet connections can't be on the internet, essentially.
Yep.
Think of it as a jammer, not necessarily an EMP.
Okay.
All right. The job is this. I need you, and he points to all of you, to deliver a package. Just a single box.
Sorry, I was going to fly.
Quick question. What's in the box?
That is none of your concern.
Fair enough.
Just deliver it.
Your job is
Different
to...
question.
Yes.
Different question. How fast do you want it?
Decently quick, not enough to get the police involved.
Hmm.
All right.
Where's the credits? My account's still empty.
I assumed you had more questions you would like to ask.
I don't got questions. I just
Who are we
want to
delivering
know.
to? Or where?
You'll be delivering the crate to Chicana District. And he says, upon accepting the job, you will all get 1,000 credits. And the way he says it, you get the feeling that you guys are going to have to split the 1,000 credits.
1,000 credits total?
Yes.
I would. Yes.
It is a simple delivery job after all, and I am paying exorbitantly by paying you 3,000 just to deliver a crate.
Wait.
A single crate. You'll
Fair
get
enough.
2,000 accumulative for all of you at the end of the job and upon official receipt of the package.
I'm gonna look at the group and I'm gonna go, I'm no good at talking. But someone should talk and ask for a higher price. Because 5 people, this ain't no simple delivery.
600 gold would set you up. 600 credits would set you up nicely.
Hey, question.
Yes.
How'd you know how much my repairs were going to be?
Based on your vehicle type, the last reported damage that I have got, and the estimate from the chop shop.
Hmm.
I like to stay connected.
I see. Oh well, so long as it gets it up and running again.
Should be more than enough, barring other unforeseen issues with your vehicle.
600 credits get us started. More jobs after that will require a higher price.
Of course.
We do one good job. Price
So-
will go up.
I've got a question.
Go ahead, Jackson.
Why do you need 5 people to...
Honestly, I really don't think I do, but I like to make connections, you know? And you all seem like the sorts of people, and he just kind of looks at each of you individually, and you get the feeling that he's looking at your dossier as he says this. So, you look like the sorts of people that I'd like to associate with.
Gotcha.
And he looks back to Lorelei. It looked like you had something you wanted to discuss.
My friends are thinking a higher price, but I'm just saying, we're just starting with you.
You see, as you say that, his demeanor slightly changes. He goes from kind of a relaxed state to kind of like leaning forward. Huh. You trust rather easily, Lorelei. Odd in this business.
I'm not trusting you. I didn't ask for a higher price now, did I?
I'm not talking about myself. You referred to everyone here as friends.
I'm sure
They're-
friends far enough, fast enough.
He kind of looks around.
I
And-
pop a bubble.
Yeah.
Who am I to judge? I am just a humble speaker. So, any more questions, or are you accepting the job?
I'm accepting the job.
I'll take it.
Sure.
All right.
Anyway,
As long as I don't get stabbed at the end of the story, I'm okay to go.
I don't know what you're talking about. This isn't one of those vids. This is
I like
real
it,
life.
man. You know that one anime about Pelagaius? You know what I'm talking about. A great anime. You know at the very
I'm
end.
sorry, I don't
Oh,
watch.
yeah.
I don't watch foreign films
Dude,
or
I love that.
cartoons.
Love that series.
You know what I'm talking about. That one
Hell
part with the
yeah.
pack. With
Oh, dude.
Hell yeah.
my
Absolutely.
head like really.
At
Casper,
this
he's my
at this
favorite
point, he just kind of crosses his fingers. You see him kind of lean forward, and all of your devices ping. It gives you guys GPS coordinates of where you need to go, as well as where to find the package to deliver. It does come with a set of very specific guidelines for said package.
All right.
The main one you see is you cannot open or otherwise look inside of the crate.
Fine
He
with me.
doesn't specify, but you get the feeling that it has securities in place to prevent the unauthorized opening / looking inside crate. The second bit is you need to go straight to the destination, no side stops for any reason. It also gives you a countdown timer. You have less than 3 hours to get where you need to go.
Oh, so this is a time affair.
Yep. Let's do this. Gotta
I have to
find
ping
the location of box.
Let me ping someone real quick. I might not be able to make a prior connection.
Okay. With that, the speaker stands up. He flashes what looks like a thumb drive, sets it on the table. Antonio, for the meal, and he walks out the door.
All right.
And at this point, you guys now have internet connection, etc. back.
All right. So location of the box.
Apparently, it is in a garage not far from here, in a ground truck.
Ooh. Hard to drive, but good for speed.
I extend a hand to help Lorelei out of her chair.
I'll graciously accept it. Thank you.
I'm gonna ping my friend.
All right.
Not really friend, but yeah.
Which one specifically are we pinging?
I'm pinging. Let me get their name again. I always forget their name. Bracton.
All right. So you see on your pad, the video pulls up, and you see him just reclining. Yes, darling.
Hey, I might not be able to make that pickup from your place later. Something's come up, but I'll see about contacting you later if something opens up again.
No rush, darling. It will wait.
Alright, stay
Just-
safe.
Just before next week, please. And you hear another male voice in the background. Are we going to get started or what? Sorry, darling. Got to go. And click.
Awkward.
Yeah, you interrupted a good time apparently.
All right. So, what are you guys doing?
All right, we need to go to the garage. Where is the location to drop this box off?
It's in Chicana District. So, let me go back to the main map here for you.
Okay.
So, you guys are in Nihongai. You need to get up to the northern part of the city.
Okay.
You're looking at, with traffic in a ground truck, at a minimum of about 2 hours drive.
We gotta get going.
Trap.
Let's,
All right.
I don't know who
Well-
you are. Don't care who you are. I could use the money. Let's go.
Well, that's certainly characteristic. I thought you said we were friends.
Derp, blow bubble, pop.
Let's just get going. The sooner I get to the rigs, the sooner we leave.
Yeah.
All right.
First things first, we're gonna need a set of wheels.
Well, the truck,
The-
the package is in a truck. We have a set of wheels.
Yep.
We're supposed to use that truck.
Let's go. We're dilly dallying. Come on now.
I'm just gonna take off walking over there then.
I just start walking. I'm like,
All right, so you guys kind of start heading towards the truck. You
Which
guys,
route are we taking, everyone? Are we taking the most direct route, or are we going another
Yeah.
route? I start pulling up a map. You see me just sliding it through the map. Which way are we going? We going this way? We taking a right at this street? A left here? How about right there?
how about the fastest way? Let's go.
all right, so the truck
Shotgun.
itself has room for 3 people in front, and then the rest will have to ride in the back.
Damn it, where are you driving?
The way we need to go.
I can't select my character.
Hold on, I gotta update.
You have it in pan view, most likely.
No, it's something I did. I put him on the map without giving him control.
Yeah, I have no health above me. No name.
Ah.
Which, by the way, go through your character sheet and fix that.
Okay. Actually,
All right.
that's pretty good stats
There you go.
on this. Oh yeah.
Can I roll some sort of thingamajig to assess the capacity of our truck? Is it in good condition? Are we ready to roll right away?
That's the problem. I don't have a character. I still can't
Okay.
move my person.
Yeah, give me a second. You should be able to move it now, but give me a moment.
No, I still can't.
Let's go with. Oh, that'd be why. Okay. Oops. Sorry, give me just a second there, Tyson. Save changes. All right, so now you should be able to move your character.
Yes, I can. I'll say that. I just want to know which direction we're going, everyone. Which street are we taking? Which routes?
We're going north. That's way would most likely be the highway.
All right, so Tony unit, I need you to pick where you're going.
Oh, I was gonna look at the machinery of the truck and make sure we're in good repair, but okay, I will just hop in the back with the.
I mean, if you want to take the time to check over the truck, you're more than welcome to check over the truck.
Do it. Do it.
I was just gonna pop.
There could be a
the hood and
bomb
take a
on
quick
this truck.
look. There could be. It could be in the crate, but I'm not here to ask questions about what's in the crate. We're just rolling mechanics. It's dark.
You can no longer see the back of the truck.
Yeah, I just
I'm not rolling
enabled.
mechanics, I guess.
I just enabled lighting. So, all right. So you guys start to rumble down the road.
Wait, I do want to do something.
Okay.
No.
It's a little important for this. What is the is there cameras on these streets?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what I want to do. Is I want to access.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. Let me rephrase that. In the Undercity, which is where you're kind of driving,
Mhm.
there's not really that many cameras. If you're on like hopper vehicles, then yes, there are cameras everywhere. But in the Undercity, not so much. It's not
Okay,
worth
but
it
there's-
for the time or money to put them in.
Okay, so we're not really going to be monitored a whole lot.
Not really. As you get into this ground truck 2, it looks a lot like every other ground truck you've ever seen. So
Mhm.
you get the feeling that it was specifically picked for that reason.
Okay, I'm just going to go along with the group then.
Okay. So you guys begin driving towards Chicana. First things first.
Where's Chicana on here? Anybody?
Damatea, it's up here. This is Chicana District up here.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay, anyway, Damatea, I need you to give me a driving check.
You
Okay.
guys here.
Normal?
For this one, how fast are you wanting to go in this truck?
If you can, if it seems, sorry. So it's normal? Unless I want to go fast?
How fast are you wanting to go? That'll change what the difficulty is.
What's the max speed of this right now?
2.
And we're on 1 right now?
Technically, yes.
Sure, I'll use hand on the throttle to make us go faster.
All right. Everybody. All right.
Oh my god.
Okay. So she takes off.
I'm holding onto my pad with dear.
So go ahead and roll me a.
I grabbed the shit handle.
Go ahead and roll me an average driving check.
You did.
I just did.
Oh, okay. Sorry. All
I
right.
thought you were talking to me.
Did he say? Did the manager? He didn't even come today, did he?
No. The female manager for over here, she thought that the boat was already back in place. So apparently he didn't contact her at all about this.
All right. So Damatea, you just pop that into gear, and it lurches forward ridiculously quick. You coax like energy out of this thing that most people don't even know is possible. For those of you in the back of the truck,
Yep.
so the Tony, Lorelei, and Gin, I need all 3 of you to roll me an average coordination check.
Average is
2 purples.
I'm just holding onto my pad, and I'm just rolling with it.
If you're trying to avoid what's going to happen, I need you to roll for me. If not, you can roll with it, and then I'll tell you what happens.
I failed on.
Wow.
You held
My
on.
average is I'm able to still access my tablet with ease.
All right, so you're still doing whatever you're doing, Tyson. You were Gin, not hard. Lorelei, you managed to keep your feet. Unfortunately, you do bang your head on the back door, and you take 2 strain from doing that. Tony Unit, you end up on the ground, and
Oops.
the clattering, like basically you clatter into the door as well, much harder, and you actually dent the side of the truck.
Ah.
Do I take strain or something?
Yeah, no, you're not going to take strain. The dent in the car will be enough.
Damn it!
I pop a bubble as I'm seeing what the local news is saying.
I succeeded,
Okay.
and I still bumped my head.
Essentially, local news is talking about how there's been a rash of robberies coming out of Nihongai, as well as in different districts like the Laguna and up in Base Kayambe. Apparently, the thieves have been targeting a whole bunch of different stuff, and they're not sure what or why they're targeting what they are.
I'm going to tell everyone else that. Guess what? We're running criminal activity.
Well,
I'm going
yeah.
to play it up.
Not only that, but apparently there has been more protests in downtown over the bioroids and clones. Generally, in those, you see people that are like lower class, like lower income families. They're the ones out picketing, complaining about how jobs are being taken away from them by the bioroids and the clones. One of them actually turned violent, and several had to be sent to the hospital to get healed.
Is there any riots or anything like that of this nature, or people walking the streets protesting in our general direction of where we're heading?
Not that you know of.
Okay, can I see about doing a computers check to see if anything like that is going on? Just in
Yeah, check the streets, check the map.
Sure, go ahead and give me an average computers check to kind of check around the forums, etc.
And can Jackson hear the news like coming from Jin's tablet, or is that just?
Unfortunately, the engine of the vehicle is so loud you can't hear it.
You
Okay.
guys are in the front, we're in the back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing that you can find. There's a lot of like old history stuff on it, so it's kind of difficult to look around and find it. Nothing that you're aware of, though.
All right.
All right, so you guys continue to drive forward. After about an hour, stuff just starts getting boring. The roadway starts to kind of lead up towards like the main thoroughfare, and that's kind of the route that your little GPS stuff is telling you to take. As you get up on there, you continue driving along for another half an hour. When you hear...
Fuck.
Oh, jeez.
I should slow down.
All right. I can.
Your ass is over.
I turned it down.
Great.
I'm like, okay. I can. I've done this before. I can talk to him.
All right, so you guys begin to pull over, and give me just a second while I put this in. As you
Hold up.
see an NAPD car, for those of you driving. Those in the back only hear it, they don't see it.
Oh, he had this ready. Look, he even has the car.
He did have this ready.
Oh, the truck crew.
Ah!
There's your guys'
Nice
truck, by the way.
Looks like
It's
a
sideways. Oh, there
It's
we
a
go.
fire truck.
I just wanted to join
Oops.
a fire truck.
No, wrong layer. Wrong layer!
Oh god!
It's gone!
We went to another dimension.
All right, so
That's one way to
Tony
get away from the
unit,
cops.
Lorelei,
Yeah, that's right.
and
Can't select myself.
God damn it! Hold on, I'm gonna do something with your token real quick.
No, I'm stuck in the street like roadkill. Is it Damatia? Is it Damatia or Demetia?
Mateo?
Oh, Damatea. Okay.
Okay, you're there and you're
Jackson
there.
Hughes. T.O. Tony.
Tony unit.
Damn it.
Okay,
All right.
this is- Thank you.
Essentially, out of the NAPD vehicle, you guys see a cam drone just kind of boop and zzz, right to the front of the vehicle, and it starts to like scan your guys' faces.
Oh, hold up. I'm gonna start. Can I access it?
If you would like to try, sure.
Yeah, let's try to access the system. Why not?
All right.
Gosh, this is gonna suck. Oh, boy.
May the roll be in your favor.
I want to call someone.
Hold on, let me talk to the cop. I can talk to the cop.
It's a drone.
I'm gonna call in a rocket to land in this location.
What?
I'm sorry.
Jesus.
I think we just totally escalate this where it's so it goes so super crazy. Like Tony walking into a store telling him he's a terrorist about to blow up the castle.
All right, go ahead and roll me an average hacking
I
check.
did no such thing.
As you're hacking into this bot, the NAPD comes up on either side of the vehicle.
I want to call Officer Gantz.
He kind of looks at you, looks at his pad,
Okay.
and who the hell are you?
Mateo, I've ran a bit for the cops a few times.
Do you have your provisional paperwork?
Use the story points that you do. I didn't say that.
Let me see if I actually decide to get that one thing. I don't think I did.
Okay. Tyson, you are successful. Essentially, you can see that there is a GPS locator on this drone. Apparently, it has a communication system that syncs back to the hopper and then back to the precinct. And it has power, plus its levitation systems. If you're wanting to access more into it, you're going to have to go through the security lock. And then it also has, obviously, a camera on it.
That's what I'm going for is the camera because I want to scramble everyone's pictures in it taking pictures of the vehicle.
Okay.
I'm
that a
gonna
barrier?
rummage.
You're going to rummage
through my backpack. I seem to have forgotten it.
All right, I'm going to need your license and registration for this vehicle. Tyson, go ahead and roll me a break ice check.
Break.
Average
Well,
computer's hacking check.
Yeah, but which ice is it? Is it a barrier ice?
You don't find out until you decide to get into it.
What?
Remember, you won't know what the ice is until you encounter it.
Okay, let's roll an average.
Yep.
I could have upped one of those. Oh well. Okay.
The voice. Can I hear anything outside the truck?
You can hear a little bit of it, but it's kind of muffled by the rain.
All right.
Oh, so you know, at Chroma, you can like if they ask for something,
Hey.
you can use a. Yeah, as part of the rules, like let's say they ask, "Hey, do you have this on you, or your driver's license, or those papers?" You can actually use a story point to say, "Yes, I have those papers," and you let Nick know. I'm gonna use a story point to say I have those papers, and automatically you have those papers. You
Huh.
can even be like, let's say you sneak a gun into a security place, you can use a story point and be like, "Oh, I lost my gun. My story point is I lost my gun along the way. It must have fallen out of my pocket somewhere." And when they go to check you over, you don't have the gun anymore. So you can use a story point not only for helping you to do, with certain things, but also to have those papers.
Interesting.
I know some of you are all kind of new to the rules, so I want to explain that to you because that could be very important to what he's asking. So you can definitely do that. I'm sure Nick would let you.
Okay, let's do that then.
Okay, so you are spending a story point. Jackson, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm back now. But Jackson, we can just say, officer. It's hard. What seems forgive my companion here. What seems to be the trouble?
License and registration, sir.
Certainly got away with words. All right.
Is he drunk of it out there?
All right, so Tyson, essentially as you go to get into the system. Actually, where'd it go? Let's see.
Can I make him laugh? Can I see if making him laugh will help him? Be like, guys, this is just a misunderstanding. Can I
'Kay.
charm them?
If you would like to try and charm them, go ahead and roll me a average charm check. Tyson, as you go to get through the system, essentially you see what appears to be a guy with a shield and a sword step in front of you, and he initially, like, the shield actually gets you with, shield bashes you.
Okay, so if this is a barrier ice, I actually have successes.
This is not a barrier. This is a sentry ice.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
I got 2 successes.
Okay. 2 successes. The officers kind of look at you and they're like, okay. And it's about that time that Damatea pulls out the paperwork and passes it. And the officer kind of looks over at it, passes it back, and he kind of nods. Provisional Officer Damatea kind of looks over across at Jackson. Whoever your partner is, you are clear to go. Be advised, we do have a bolo out for a vehicle that looks very similar to yours. So be careful on your drive.
All right. I'll make sure that we don't get mixed up with anything odd. I know the streets are a bit mixed up right now.
You aren't kidding.
Thanks for all your hard work, guys.
They kind of look at you and just, if you could see their eyebrows raising, you would see their eyebrows raising.
It's his first day.
Good copy. You've got a greenhorn. Alrighty. Well, and with
Okay.
that, the cam drone rotates back and around and basically goes back into the vehicle, and the officers return to theirs. They do the signal lights that allow you guys to continue on your merry way.
Okay. This time I do not peel off automatically.
Slowly and safely start. Let them pass first, then go.
No more things in the
Exactly.
truck.
So you guys drive off and continue along your drive towards where you need to go. By this point, I'm just going to kind of group you all up.
Yay!
You guys have hit roughly here, about the middle of Base de Cayambe. The city
Mercado
here.
Baja.
What's up?
Mercado Baja.
Yep, pretty much. That's roughly where you guys are at. As you get into this section of the city, it starts to become a little nicer. Not super nice, just because you guys aren't by the essentially the beanstalk. At least I don't think you are. Nope, you guys aren't. Alright, so anyway, as you guys continue down this way, the buildings get a little nicer, but they aren't like really, really nice. The traffic starts to get a little heavier, and the rain actually starts to let up. And eventually the sun actually does peek its head out from behind the clouds.
Oh, wow.
So, you guys are continuing to drive. Is there anything special you'd like to do for the remaining time until you hit Chicana District?
Nope. Just
Well, I can't
Sitting
zip up
there.
card.
looking at the Tony unit, just trying to rack my memory on how he's bonded with me. Just staring at him weirdly.
I asked
Try to
if there was
make a-
something wrong.
Can't remember you.
I try to make small talk.
Check databases once more.
I'm trying.
Alrighty. So you guys continue down the road, and you guys hear an odd thumping coming from behind the vehicle.
Oh boy.
Is that?
Getting weapon ready just in case.
I'm gonna check the rear view.
Okay, so you
Same.
check the mirrors, both of you, because this thing doesn't have really nice technology, and nothing appears to be there. But you continue to hear the thumping, and eventually,
Oh,
The
can I
thump-
see if I can? Is there? Sorry, I know I'm in the back of this truck, can't see anything. I'm hearing thumping. Can I see if I can access? Is there any like strong signals close to the vehicle?
go ahead and roll me an average computers check to try and decipher through all of the signals you're seeing. Yes, there appears to be a fairly strong signal coming from the back of the truck.
I'm going to try to hack into that.
All right, go ahead and roll me a average access system.
I swear. Oh my god.
That's good. You got a triumph, dude.
Oh, I thought it was a spare. I was like,
Oh no!
like that sucks.
All right, so yeah, you're successful. What would you like your triumph to do for you?
I'm trying to remember what I can do with the Triumph after access.
You can
Oh,
do
here's-
anything with the Triumph.
Hold on, I'll put
No,
it in general.
it's right
Here's
here, I
the.
got it right here.
There you go. That is what you can do.
Ah. Oh, nice. If I broke, that's a runner only. That's nice as a runner. All right, so I get a essentially I can get a blue on my next computer's check. So what's in the system?
So essentially, in the system, you see security cameras, basic data backups for it, and you actually see something labeled active signal.
Oh shoot, I'm gonna turn that. Is it behind ice?
Don't know. You'll have to test it.
I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna go into that one.
All right, go ahead and give me an easy hacking check.
Okay.
Actually, at this
I get
point,
to-
everyone go ahead and roll me initiative.
Okay. Vigilance or cool, which is it?
At this point, you guys know it's there, so roll cool.
Damn.
Well, that triumph sucked. All it got me was a blue.
Oh, I forgot to mention one other system, Tyson. You see something called self-destruct.
Oh. Now you tell me. It's called self-destruct? Well, I don't know what's on this thing to self-destruct with.
Correct.
So I'm going to access to disable its signal.
Okay, either way, I'm going to need everybody to roll me their initiative first.
Okay.
All right, cool or vigilant? Probably cool, right?
Cool. Yep, so let's see. Christina, you got 1 and 3, right?
Yep.
Okay, Tony.
One.
Actually, Isaac, you got 4.
1.1 on the.
Okay. And let's see. Dematea, you got 2 and 2.
Yep.
And Gin, what did you get?
One.
1. Okay.
Do you forget Isaac?
No, I've got Isaac's. I've got
Oh.
Jackson on here.
Okay.
All right, so this will be that one for them.
Woo!
3. Yeah, you would be really happy.
Yeah. 0.3 is better than 4.3.
Hold up, did you just say 0.3 is better than 4.3? You're
No.
throwing me for a
That's
loop.
what.
I said it isn't better than 4.3.
Well, it cut out the isn't in your conversation.
All right. Okay, so starting with Jackson, what are you doing?
Well, I want to see what's on there, so I'm going to stick my head out
Okay.
of the other window and look.
So you come over here and you just really stick your head out. As you kind of lean out, you see what appears to be a hopper. A decent hopper, not anything like extravagant. It is like almost like attached to the back of your guys' vehicle at this point, how close it is. You're just seeing like the end of it.
Ah,
Huh.
May I ask what's a hopper, even though I'm not seeing it?
A vehicle.
Picture a flying vehicle.
Okay.
The easiest way I can think of to describe it is picture Star Wars, their little speeders. That'd be a
Okay.
hopper.
so in that case, I'm going to shout to Damatea, yo, we got a hopper. We got a hopper right on our 6.
Shout it
What
louder
type?
so she can hear you.
What'd you say?
What
What
type?
type of hop?
I don't know. I can't get a good sight on it. I can just see it's a hopper.
Okay, so. Hey, can I see if there's like any like over ledges or anything I can pass under?
There's a lot of that kind of stuff that you can pass under. This stuff here is just your basic stuff. There's really not a whole lot of stuff there.
Cool. Because I could just do a driving check again.
Yeah, you could do that and try and shake them off or something.
Okay.
Take the tail.
All right, so go ahead and give me a hard driving check.
And hard is 3 purple or?
Yes.
Okay, let me make sure I have everything correct before I actually roll it.
Okay.
Let's see how I do. Of course.
Toll.
I go to Toll the Death. Wait, wrong game.
Yeah, nice roll.
All right. So you go ahead and describe what you're doing to shake this tail.
So because the traffic's a bit heavy, I'm gonna be weaving in and out of cars, hoping to like shake it off. And then I want to try to see if I can accelerate the car. So if it's more to us, it might break the more.
Alrighty. So you guys in the truck that are not seat belted down start to get slammed back and forth as Damatea starts weaving in and out of traffic.
Oh, the bruises I'm gonna have after this. What's going? I wish I knew what was going on.
Everybody in the back of the truck, go ahead and roll me a hard coordination check.
Hold up. Can we get a boost since we're already used to her horrible driving?
In this
Are you
case,
used to
unfortunately, no, you cannot.
What? We already got slammed once. We're used to this.
No, you're not.
Not to this.
Hey, I wasn't weaving at that point. I was just going straight.
Oh no. Hey, you got a triumph. Nice.
Yeah. Triumphantly triumphant.
All right, so Christina, describe what's going on with your character.
While everybody else is being jostled about, I'm gonna find a rope and I'm gonna grab a hold of it and sturdy myself.
Okay, so you end up on the crate grabbing hold of the straps that keep it strapped to the floor of the truck.
Yes.
Okay? Unfortunately, in doing so, you also get a few pinched fingers as this crate shifts with the erratic driving. Take 2 strain.
Right. You've been through worse.
All right. Again, describe what's going on with your character.
Oh yeah. So my character is bouncing around the cab, off the ceiling, off the wall, screaming at the top of her lungs. I won't scream for you. And then, I am with my advantage. I do not lose sight of my pad and hold on to it, still hacking the system with ease.
All right.
And is fully protected.
Okay, I'm going to give you a setback to your hacking attempt as you're doing this, by the way.
Okay.
Luckily, you already accessed the system before she started erratically driving, so you're fine there. But your hacking after this is going to take 1 disadvantage. All right, and for the Tony unit, describe what is going on with you.
Oh man, my triumph. I assume I failed horribly. Yeah, so I can't be staying in place very well. I think, if at all possible, I can cushion somebody's landing, as I also am slightly heavier and won't be bouncing around as much. So there's that.
Okay, so essentially you catch Gian as she comes flying in the back of the truck with you.
Sure.
And you're using your triumph to kind of cradle her from getting injured.
Yeah, no more setback, right? Cough, cough.
No, still setback because the movement and stuff is going to throw it all around.
No, I'm kidding.
If you've ever tried to type on a jet that's like going up and down,
And I can't
no
even type
luck.
on a standing keyboard.
All right, so anyway, thump, 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 you guys hear just banging from the back of the truck, like straight up banging. At this point,
I'm gonna turn to. You think they're okay back there?
let's see. All right, so, and yes, you do manage to shake the vehicle behind you somewhat. You hear some creaking and then a snap from the back of the truck as well. You see what appears to be, out of your mirror over here, a fairly nice, like, hopper. It's not, it's kind of your standard hopper, like a standard, like, family vehicle hopper, but you can tell that they've modified it just a little bit. Inside, as you see it kind of come out from the side, you see what appears to be an Asian man driving it. And he just kind of flips you the bird through his window as he kind of swoops back in and out of sight again.
hell of a road rage.
All right, so for those of you in the back of the truck, you hear a thump, thump, and then you see this, like, you start to hear this kind of shh noise coming from, like, where the latch is.
Oh, we got company, guys.
And that's that one's turn, which brings us to Lorelei.
All right, taking out the gun.
Tony Unit, you're on standby,
What?
I
followed by Yen.
You don't hear my fan, do you?
No.
preparing to shoot whatever decides it's gonna pop its head through the door.
You're preparing something for it?
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot it as soon as it pokes its head through the door.
All right, so you guys see Lorelei just reach inside her dress and pull out this, like,
Where
gun.
did that gun come from?
You don't want to know.
And you see her kind of shifting, wedgie.
Yeah.
I guess guns are girls' best friends. Look.
Yeah, they are.
All right,
Wow.
so your action is going to be if if whatever it is comes through the door, you're going to shoot it.
I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay. Which puts us on to Tony Unit.
I would like to ready an action as well.
Okay, what are you doing and what's the trigger?
If they open the door, I'm going to punch them in the face, or whatever it is in the central processing unit.
Okay. Which puts us to Gin.
I rolled already. What are the systems? You're not showing it to me, so I don't do well with not seeing. So what all's in there again?
Okay, so you've got essentially cameras, active system, self-destruct, essentially like the file structure for how this thing is programmed. As well, let's see, I see. Okay, that's pretty much it. Active signal, cameras.
What does active signal do?
Somebody is actively controlling it at this exact moment. You'll see that with any drone, essentially.
Okay. Okay, I was just curious. Okay, because I'm trying to take it over.
Okay, so if you're going to try and take it over, you have to
Wouldn't it be
probably...
active signal?
The active signal will help, but it'll just shut the signal down. So unless you don't know what the core programming is,
Oh.
so it depends on how you want to try and take control of this thing.
I was going to try to take over its signal.
Okay, so if you're trying to shut that down, I need you to roll me an average computer's hacking check.
I already did.
That was to get into the system.
No, I rolled to get into the system and the signal. Because you told me to roll for the signal, and then you told me to make initiative rolls.
Well, you're going to have to roll again because you have a setback due to the bouncing.
Alright, I already had a success.
Okay, so just roll the setback.
I'm just going to roll it all again. Maybe I'll get better or worse. Since
Okay.
I got to do it again.
Okay. So yeah, you okay. So let's see, what is your success rate here?
I just have 2 successes because you didn't tell me what. I don't know what barrier it is, but I do have a barrier device for barriers. Ice.
Okay, so barriers you can get through. Okay, so
Well, yeah, I have something to help me to get through barriers. If it's not, then all I got was 2 successes.
okay. So as you kind of start hacking your way into the system, you see a door appear before you, and on it is a giant red hand.
I'm back. Sorry.
No worries.
Okay.
I was going to say, well, never mind. Anyway, you see the door before you, and the hand starts coming out, and it flicks you on the forehead, kicking you out of the system. Apparently,
That's not
you've
nice.
run into a code gate ice.
Okay. Well, then that's all I can do for my turn.
You can attempt to access the system again.
I'll try to access the system again.
Okay, go ahead and roll the average hacking check.
And my advantage, I'll get a blue on that.
Okay.
Nope, I don't get in. Okay, I'm done.
All right, so that puts
Yeah.
us to the other. You guys hear kind of the thrum of an engine, but that's about it. Which puts us back to Jackson. You're up. After Jackson, Damatea, you're on deck.
All right. So can I see? All right. So am I still able to see the hopper, or is it already gone?
The hopper, essentially, you saw it kind of come out from behind for a second, and now it's back behind the vehicle. You know it's there, but you can't necessarily, without leaning out farther again, you can't see it anymore.
Okay. Did I hear any of the clanking?
You heard a lot of banging from the back.
All right. Is there any way I can communicate with the people in the back?
That's up to you. How do you want to try it?
Can I bang on the back right here and try to yell at them, or
Yeah, if you want to yell at them, go ahead.
I don't think I have any of their information on the data pads. I don't know if I can message them or not.
We never shared.
Yeah. All right, then I'm just gonna bang on the back. We're like, hey, everything all right back there?
All right, everybody go ahead and roll me a perception check to see if you can hear them over the loud clanking as the Tony unit's hitting the back wall.
I'm pounding on my pad. I'm not listening.
Okay, so Gin doesn't hear you, which means that Tony and Lorelei. I need
what's
you
the
guys
difficulty
to
again?
roll me an average with 2 setbacks due to the noise of the engine and Tony unit hitting the walls.
2 purple, 2
2 blacks.
red.
2 blacks. I'll say upgrade if I want them red.
Damn.
You don't hear shit.
Well, I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna make this, but I'm gonna try anyway. Hey, look, I only just failed.
All right.
Photos.
So yeah, unfortunately, you don't hear a response as you bang on the thing and start yelling at them. Apparently, the noise is too loud between the engine and the clanging that you're hearing back there.
Can't get up with them.
Can you what now?
I said I can't get up with them.
So,
No communication. All right. So then I guess that I don't think I can do anything else after that. So I'm just gonna.
alrighty. Damatea, you're up.
Carolina,
What?
your turn.
Okay, so. The vehicle, I don't think it's brought since then. But I should probably not slow down just in case. Is there any place that seems to have less traffic?
If you get off of the little interstate deal that you're on, you could definitely hit like the lower city streets, and that'll have a little less traffic.
Okay, I'll see about doing that then.
All right, go ahead and roll me a drive check.
Okay.
It's going to be an average check, but you're going to have 2 setbacks due to just the heavy traffic around you.
Okay. Gotta get back to the right page. Average difficulty and the setbacks are the black ones, right?
Yep.
Yes, so S.
2 of them?
Yep. All right, describe what happens.
Okay, so as the vehicle was still careening back and forth, I spot an entrance and try to get it. I end up going on the 2 wheels to turn, trying to make a tight turn at speed. But I make it onto the city streets and start trying to lose myself in that traffic.
Alrighty. Yeah, you definitely managed to do it. However, when you go up on two wheels, you hear a scraping noise along your right side as you hit one of those concrete barrier deals that leads down into the off-ramp.
Okay.
For those of you inside the truck, it sounds like somebody is taking a giant razor and just slicing the metal.
Oh.
It is very, very loud.
Does this mean the vehicle has a setback?
So that's the thing with the vehicle. Oh crap! I never gave that to you. Oh well, whatever. Essentially your vehicle has a -2 to handling, which means you get an automatic 2 setbacks every time you try to drive it.
Okay.
I forgot up until now, so haven't worried about it. But from here on, you get 2 setbacks automatically when trying to drive this thing.
Okay.
Alrighty, so after Damatea, it goes to... Alright, so you guys hear the shh, clang, and then the door opens.
Your ass is mine.
Revealing what appears to be like this weird, like, hybrid droid or drone robot thing. Lorelei, go ahead and roll your attack.
Oh, what do I need to roll for that shit?
For this one, you need to roll me... it's going to be... Okay, so it has 1 defense against you, so it'd be a black, but in this case it's going to be 1 purple, 1 black.
Okay, and the should be melee or ranged light or ranged heavy. Doesn't matter.
Whatever your weapon uses.
Okay. So 1 black, 2 purple, or red, or what? I wanted to make sure I was right.
It's 1 black.
Just 1 black.
Or
that's it?
1 purple, 1 black.
Okay, I was right. Damn.
Your shot goes wide as the doors clang off, and you guys hit the 2-wheeled stake. Alright, so, Tony unit. Go ahead and roll your brawl that you're going to attack with.
Alright. I also want to do the disorienting thingamajig. It's got a stun quality to it.
Yeah, I got the same thing.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
I looked at the wrong one. It's all.
So I believe that's gonna be.
I had a yellow in that. That's okay.
Okay. So, for you, it's going to be 2 purple.
Alright, gotcha.
1 setback due to the fact that you've got Gin in your arms, so it's going to make it a little tougher for you to punch it. But otherwise, that's about it.
Hey. I punch him.
Alright.
And the disorienting effect, or the stun thingy is, I think, quality 3, and I suffer a 2 strain to do so.
Ah, shit, I forgot about that.
Okay.
No, it doesn't say it does strain damage. I don't know what.
Add stun quality. So stun quality means it just does straight up stun damage. So instead of attacking wounds, it's just going straight to strain.
Okay.
Okay, so how much damage are we looking at as you punch this thing?
Is my fist strictly my brawn?
That's the base damage, yes.
Okay, then.
I think it says base damage is 5 for this thing.
Alright, we'll go for
Or
the
extra
5.
5. Let me see about getting to that weapon. You have the palm stunner?
No, I have just a plain old fist. I have
That
a
is
mechanical fist.
that is straight brawn. So it'd
So
be
3.
okay. So you punch it, clang, as your fist just kind of clangs off the metal. It kind of scratches it, but it doesn't really seem to do any damage.
It doesn't do any strain or anything either.
Nope. It appears that this thing is fairly sturdily built.
Well, that upsets me. Damn new models.
Alright, so the thing takes its move action to climb inside, and that's all it can do. Because its action was to open the door. Alright, so that brings us to Lorelei.
Yes.
You're up.
All right.
Tony, you're on deck. All right, roll it.
All right. Green. What is it?
In this case, it's engaged. So, and you're using a what pistol?
Laser.
What is it? Melee light or is it ranged light? Or okay, if it's ranged light, that.
Light.
All right, so that means it's going to be 2 purples
All right.
plus 1 black for the armor.
Shoot.
Roll a black.
Good.
Okay, so success. How much damage?
I have it pulled up here. 6. 3.
All right, so that'd be 7.
Uh-huh.
All right, so your laser goes off, zap, and you see some of the armor just kind of ping off, and some of the circuitry gets fried underneath as your laser hits. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but it does do a little bit.
It does damage nonetheless.
Yep. All right, so after
But it's burn of 1 too, so.
burn 1, so that means next round it'll take a another damage.
Yep.
All right, so next up is the Tony unit.
Alright.
Gin, you're on deck.
Do I need a special talent to do maneuvers? Like, can I just throw this bitch off the machine? Like,
If you wanted to grab her and try and throw her out, it's going to be a athletics opposed by either coordination or athletics.
athletics. I can't brawl with her out of it.
If you're trying to punch her out, you'd have to get a critical to get that off. A triumph.
And what is it? Oh, triumph. Alright, well, I'm gonna try the push her out. What's the difficulty?
Alright, so...
I'm also setting down our little tech person.
Okay, so you kind of boop.
Not wrong.
One maneuver to drop the tech off. Another maneuver to get up close, so that takes 2 strain to you. And go ahead and roll an average brawn check.
No, why is it brawn now?
Well, average athletics check.
There we go. Thank you. No setback?
No setback.
Alright, wish me luck. Go, go, go. Damn, there's a lot of successes. What the hell?
Alright, so you pick... Describe what you do here.
I am going to prop myself. Oops, sorry, I don't want you to hit the fan. Sorry, put it on rotate. I'm going to grab hold of this, I guess, superior unit, cough, cough, and just give her, by propping my one arm against the crate as like a means of leverage, I'm going to just shove her with the other arm as far as I can off the ledge.
Alright, so grabbing a hold of the side of the truck so you don't get flung off by the motion of this truck like going back and forth, you take your one hand and poof, push the robot out. It flies out, crunch, hits the other vehicle. Your brawn is 3, correct?
Yes.
Alright, so as the robot the drone crunches into the vehicle, you see part of its chassis kind of get crunched as well in the impact.
Okay.
So that is going to be...
I asked my friend Lorelei if she is okay.
You're fine.
Okay.
In a very robotic tone. Are you okay?
Alright, Gin, you're up.
That's too robotic.
Gin, you're on deck. Go up.
Oh, I didn't hear you. I'm gonna roll, I'm gonna try to access the system for that darn robot.
Alright, go ahead. Yeah, you've got access to the system. Gonna try and
Can
cut
I-
the signal again?
I can't. I'm not gonna be able to get through it unless I roll really good.
Okay, so you've got cameras, basic files, and self-destruct left that you can try.
Oh. I will, why not? Since I probably won't get it, I'm gonna roll for a self-destruct since it's on his vehicle.
Okay.
Fuck.
Go ahead and roll me the average hacking check again.
I'm gonna use a story point because I'm pretty pissed.
Okay, go for it. All right.
Wait. Is it a barrier?
It is a sentry.
All right. So I get kicked out of the system.
Essentially, as you go into the system, you get the picture of Robin Hood before you. An arrow comes flying, and no, it does not kick you out of the system.
All right, I'm done.
As you go back, you hear out of your system, you hear a clicking sound, which indicates that one of your icebreakers has been destroyed.
Okay. So I lost my icebreaker.
Yep.
Wonderful. Permanently?
Yeah, that's destroyed.
All right, I'm done.
Alrighty. So, that puts it to that one. Alright. So, let me roll this. Where'd it go? There it is. Alrighty, Tyson, your pad starts to blink rapidly.
Did they roll to get through my ice?
They rolled to access your system. What system stuff do you have on this that you don't want people to find out about?
You need to roll an average check to get through my ice, because I do have an ice on the pad.
I know, but what subsystems do you have here?
Nothing.
Okay, so it's just your basic data in the background. We'll come up with the rest of it later. We'll set up a network on your pad later. I've got a basic pad thing in here, so I'll just use that as my kind of de facto one. So
okay,
let me roll average. Okay, using a story point myself. All right, so to get through your ice, I've got a. This is going for barrier, but I've got 5 success.
Okay. Well, you have to get beat my. I have a 5 barrier ice wall.
Okay.
So you have to beat it to go over it. So you didn't get through it.
Okay. So you see, as the hacker tries to get through your barrier, they get close, ridiculously close.
Okay.
Unfortunately, as well, as you're kind of watching, you're not able to find out where this is actually coming from. You can tell it's coming through the robot, but you're not sure where this hack is coming from specifically.
Okay.
All right, so that is that one's turn, which leads us to the top of the round. Jackson, you're up. Damatea, you're on deck.
All right. So I'm guessing I'm really hearing some
At this point,
noise.
you've heard laser fire coming from the back of the truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have.
Not to mention
Is there
a
any
crunching
chance-
sound of glass.
Is there a way I can get on top of the vehicle?
Yeah, if you wanted to climb up.
Yeah. I'd like to climb up. First, I'm gonna tell Damatea, I'm like, hey, I'm going up.
Okay.
Please be careful.
Careful.
All right, so yeah, I'm gonna climb on top of the vehicle.
All right, so you climb up on top of the vehicle. I'm going to indicate you're on top by this red dot here. As you climb up, go ahead and roll me a coordination check.
Okay.
This is going to be a hard coordination.
Oh boy. 3 purples is hard, right?
Yep.
Nice.
All right, so yeah, you're on top of the vehicle. It's treacherous as hell, and you're kind of in like spider position trying to crawl along. Take 4 strain, by the way. From just the nerve-wrackingness as you see street lights just whizzing by, as well as traffic.
Go
Go ahead. You can continue to move if you'd like, taking another 2 strain to get further back along the truck if you'd like.
Alright, yeah. I I wanna be wait. Am I able to see the hopper from here, or do I need to get closer?
You're going to need to get closer. The angle of the truck plus the fact that you're having to remain low makes it hard to see.
Okay, yeah, we'll get closer. We get about right here, so.
Alright, so you climb all the way to the back where you see what appears to be this weird, like, android that you've never seen before, as well as this Asian driver trying to maintain control of his vehicle while attached to the back of the truck.
So they're attached to the truck?
Yeah,
Wait, they're attached?
yeah, it looks like they've got some sort of, like, grappling system to the, like, the stepping portion of your guys' truck. That little metal bar that you can step on to get up into it. They have some sort of grapple system attached to that. One of which you've broke.
Oh my god. Oh,
Okay,
one
yeah,
of which.
yeah, can I shoot the other one?
If you would like to try and shoot it, sure.
Alright.
It's going to be an average average range check, whichever melee or ranged heavy or light.
Weapons. Yeah, okay, my Fletcher pistol is medium.
All right, so go ahead. Is that what you just rolled right there?
Which one? Oh no, that one was for the that was for
The
on
climb.
top of the
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, your coordination.
What did I roll for my Fletcher pistol?
It's going to be average, so 2 purples. Oh, plus a setback or 2 setbacks due to the swaying of the vehicle that you're on.
Can you use my knack for it?
What does your knack for it do?
Knack for it. When you purchase this item, your character removes 2 black from any checks you make using this.
And which one did you pick? You cannot select combat or magic skills for this, so
Oh,
your knack
okay.
for it will not help you here.
Alright. Alright, so that'll be 2. So that would be my ranged.
Again,
You see it
Damatea,
hard?
you're on deck.
Yep.
You said it would
The only
be
thi-
so 2, 3 purple, and then 2 setback.
It's 3 purple, 2 setback.
Nope.
Yeah, your shot goes wide. It ends up pegging off the ground. You have alerted them to your presence, though, now. So you see the Asian driver kind of like lean forward and look up. And you can't hear what he says, but he alerts the android, and the android looks up, too.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's your turn, Damatea.
Huh. But he told me he was going up. That does not matter to me that much. Can't punch anything because I'm in the vehicle either, so.
Nope.
I don't think I was going at full speed, so I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna yell at everyone in the back. I'm gonna try to yell to everyone to hold on real quick.
Okay.
It'll fail.
Everybody go ahead and roll a perception check.
Say goodbye to Roof Guy.
Average with 2 setbacks.
Hey, you might land on the other car.
God, help me.
Two setback or one setback?
I actually
2.
wanted to have this character.
So 2 purple, 2 black. Nope. I
You
got
don't
it.
hear shit. There's too much gunfire. Don't forget your... oh, that's going to be a failure there. So Tyson
Oops,
doesn't hear anything.
I rolled
I don't hear
both
anything either.
boosts instead of setbacks.
That's fine. Don't worry. I'll convert it. Neither does Tony.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
So none of you actually hear anything. Damatea, go ahead.
Okay, I guess we're driving to speed 2 then.
All right. Are you just accelerating, or are you like doing your gunning it thing to try and snap the vehicle off?
He's flooring it.
I was just flooring it this time because I
Okay.
know someone's on top. Speed change isn't the same as whipping.
All right. So you accelerate, which doesn't do anything to these guys. It's not going to fling them off, so you're fine. So you get up to speed 2. The vehicle strains a little. You can hear the creaking, but it maintains speed with you, thanks to its grapple. Alrighty. So that brings us to the bot. The bot takes how much damage, Christina, for the base?
1 burn.
What's up?
6.
Okay. Alright. You see the burning, the robot's like circuitry continue to burn, and then it just kind of fizzles out as like this little bit of spray stuff gets it. The robot gets up, jumps back into the truck, and pulls, like, essentially punches at, or grabs the Tony unit, trying to fling it out the back. So, let's see, that's going to be Brawn versus Athletics. What's your Athletics, Tony?
3 green, my man.
Damn
3
it.
green.
Damn.
Oh, yeah.
And succeeds! Alright, so you get flung out, but how would you like this threat to help you out?
Can I land on whatever the hell this guy is?
Sure, you crash land into the top, causing the vehicle to kind of swerve a little bit as he tries to avoid being crushed by the Bioroid.
I'm a lot heavier than I look. I'm an old unit, you know that, right?
Yeah, you crush the windshield down and break the windows out. Luckily,
Am I like a deer hitting him? Because his ass would be paint by the time I hit him.
you're not going quite that fast into it.
Okay.
Enough to dent it and
He's-
break the glass, but that's about it.
Yeah, because he's holding speed with us.
Yep. As that does, the droid is going to step sideways as part of its movement to try and get around Lorelei. Alright, that's that one's turn, which puts us at Lorelei and Tony's on deck.
I'm shooting her ass again. And I have a 1 in accuracy. I forgot about that.
Okay, so this is going to be 2 purple, 1 black. Go ahead.
And what does the accuracy do?
Gives you a boost.
Alright. Shit.
You pepper a hole in the side of the vehicle. Damatea, you happen to be looking out the window as you see a laser bolt go through your truck.
I slammed the horn. What the fuck?
Alright. Tony unit, you're up. Unless Lorelei's gonna move.
I am not moving.
Alright, Tony unit, you're up.
Strangle the ever-living shit out of this driver here.
Alright, so you reach
He's
in.
the person I'm trying to stop, I hope, because he's about to get strangled regardless.
Alright, go ahead and roll a athletics check.
It's not
Versus... Or, well, brawn. Well, it's athletics because
Or
you're
not
strangling.
brawn, but I mean brawl.
No, brawl. We'll make it brawl. That'll be funnier.
Heck yeah, I like
Go ahead and roll brawl. It's gonna be... let's see. For this guy that you're trying to choke the
Of course
living
he's gonna be better than
shit
his
out.
robot.
Let's see. Where the hell did I put it?
Where I put my
Nope,
laser
that's
pistol?
not it. There it is. It's gonna be versus 2 red and 2 purple.
Come on, you got this.
Okay.
Got this. You can do it.
Any setbacks? Any boosts? Can I have a boost
Oh,
when I start
sorry.
the shit out of him?
That's actually 3 red.
Oh my god.
3 red,
Why
1
did I
purple.
have that?
And go ahead. That's all it's got.
Can-
Or that's
can I
all
have
he's
a
got.
Boost of some sort because I startled him.
Well, because he can't drive, or he can't, like, maneuver real well out of the way, sure, I'll give you a boost. Actually, I'll give you 2 boosts, because he can't maneuver very well out of the way.
Heck yeah, and I'll use a story point to upgrade my last green tweet.
Okay.
There
Alright,
you
let's do this. I'm pulling
Ew.
it tight. Here, wish me luck, guys.
Yep.
got this.
Again, you're on
Aw.
deck.
I super fail.
Alright. As you go to reach in, he kind of
I got a
swerves the
blank on
vehicle.
yellow. I'm gonna cry.
As you go in to reach in, he swerves the vehicle, and you start to slide off the vehicle, heading towards the
Okay.
back like you're going to fall off. So, go ahead
Grasp it.
and roll a coordination check to remain on the vehicle.
What's the difficulty?
In this case, it's going to be a hard check.
Nope.
And the Tony unit falls off the vehicle and rolls down the street.
I'm gone. Well, it was nice playing with you guys. See you later.
Tony, your Tony unit
I'm about to
takes.
join you.
Your Tony unit takes 7 minus soak wounds and 7 minus soak strain as your unit just along the road.
That's what gonna be one expensive paint job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting some.
All right,
He'll be okay.
I'm okay, I think. I'll just have to catch up with my high-speed robot legs. Imagine, though.
All right, so again, you're up.
Okay, I'm throwing my pad out the door,
Just
And
literally
then-
throwing it at him.
and then I'm going to. I would like to use my athletics to jump off this wall to like. Essentially, I'm going to kick her out of the door at an angle over here to maybe miss the vehicle that's behind her, so she will roll out too.
All right, so called shot. Go ahead and roll the athletics. It's going to be upgraded once, so you're looking at 2 red, or sorry, 1 red, 1 purple.
Oh, for trying to throw her overboard with athletics.
Yeah, you're going against her brawn, so it'd be 1 red, 1 purple.
You got
Okay,
this.
I'm going to use a story point, and I'm going to activate my G mod
Okay.
before athletics. So I will get an automatic 3 successes. I'm use my once per session or it's my ability whenever I use G mod and use a story point. It my ability is I get an extra success per resilience. So that's why I have 3 automatic successive.
Alrighty. Go ahead and roll.
So
All
I
right.
got 3 successes and 1 advantage.
All right. Yeah, you basically kick her right out, and she just down the road.
Here you go, Tony. You're not out of it yet.
You hear the clatter, clatter, and then as your pad hits the concrete or the asphalt behind the truck in the car, and just shatters.
Ooh.
All right, so that puts us to. That isn't going to happen. That's. All right, so the driver, looking through the windshield, looking for the friend, realizes gone, and you see him push a button. The clamp disengages, and the vehicle just kind of shifts back and away. And you guys continue to drive on. Minus 1 Tony unit.
All right, well, I'm gonna make my way back to the driver's seat,
All right.
or not to the driver's seat, but to the passengers.
All right, so you climb back in, and you guys continue to the Chicana district.
And close the doors in the back, whatever is left of them.
All right. All right, so you guys make it. You guys essentially drive to where the route and the plaza are. Going off to the side, you end up actually making it to like this like parking garage where you see this gentleman leaning against a car, or a couple of gentlemen, and they're smoking. At the side of your vehicle, they start kind of dusting off, getting up, and then they notice the holes as well as the broken door. And one of them kind of approaches you, Damatea. Rough ride, I take it.
Nothing out of the usual.
Oh, we could have totally done something. Can we do something before we get to this point?
What?
I had a great idea.
Go ahead. We'll retcon. Go for it.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm going to say to everyone, to Christina's character, we could say they stole it and take this for ourselves.
No.
Why not?
Yes.
Someone obviously
No.
would pay good money for this.
Yes. No. Your
Ah.
job. Sweeter honey. No.
All right, I'm done there. All right, so they dust off. Ask. There you go.
Okay. So they come up, nothing out of the usual, huh? And he kind of wanders to the back where the door just kind of swings open because it doesn't have a latch. And he kind of looks inside at you guys. You guys look not worse for wear, really, outside of the banging. Like the bruising from hitting things.
I'm just just a little bruised. I still got my laser pistol in my hand. No big deal.
He's like, come on out of the truck, guys. We got to check to make sure the merchandise has not been tampered with.
I move out of the way just to show them it hasn't been tampered with.
Okay, he climbs up in the back of the truck and he scans it with his pad. Everything appears to be to check out. He kind of snaps his fingers and his compatriots come and they start attaching these little floater devices to the thing to lift it up and out. Picture like a forklift but miniaturized.
Mm-hmm.
And so it starts lifting and you see the crate start to shake as it lifts it. And it shakes hard and then tips and the actual lid just kind of pops open. When it does...
You mean to tell me these people didn't put a single friggin' screw in the top of this lid?
Hey,
No,
it's
I'm
been
sorry, that's not
rattling.
fair.
When it
It's
does,
been rattling.
that is what you see right there pop out.
I don't see anything.
No.
Oh.
Oh. Well,
Oh my.
we kept
In
her
the chat.
safe. We didn't open the box.
It's
Oh,
a girl.
it's a lolly.
Oh god.
They hurry to reseal the box.
Protect the lolly. Understood.
Remember, we can't. And I look at Lorelei. I go, "Don't touch it, honey." I snap my fingers.
All right, are you
And I
guys?
jump out of the back of the truck.
All right.
Jackson's just gonna stifle a laugh.
Can I make a quick look at her to see if she's bruised in any way?
Go ahead and roll me a hard perception check since you're trying to do this fast.
Make sure I got this right.
She is bruised no more than the rest of you.
If she's bruised otherwise.
She does not necessarily look bruised. However, you do catch a glimpse of something on her neck before they push her back in the crate and shut the lid.
Alright. I don't remember faces. I'm gonna take in the faces.
Alrighty. So, anything else you guys wanting to do with this as they load the little girl in the crate up on their vehicle?
Where is she going?
That's none of your concern.
Money wired already?
As they put the thing in, he pushes a button on his pad, and you guys hear a ding, and you see in your accounts, spread evenly, the 3,000 you guys are promised. So split it up however you will. It should come out to 600 for each of you.
Including the Tony unit
Hey.
over there.
Yep, take 600.
Sweet, we got paid, guys. But now we can do whatever the hell we want. Wink, wink.
Good knowing you.
Well, if that's the last job here,
That's it.
I'm gonna see.
Can I suddenly, with my comlink or my data pad or whatever I have, no, I guess not. I was gonna try and take a picture of them, like sleight of hand, stealthily do it.
If you would like to try that, go ahead and roll me a hard sleight of, or an average sleight of hand with 2 setbacks.
All right, what would sleight of hand be in this? Skullduggery.
Stealth?
Yep, it'd still be
Skullduggery.
it would be skullduggery.
Oh, green. Hard.
Average with 2 setbacks. So 2 purple, 2 blacks.
All right, got it.
Yeah, you managed to successfully snap a picture of everything that happens here. A couple of pictures, actually.
Then
All right.
I'm going to forward those pictures to Marcus
Alrighty.
and Lantane.
Okay. Alright. So you do that, and as you do, the vehicle backs up, leaves the garage, and that is that. So, anything you guys would like to do before we wrap up the session?
I've already done what I was gonna do.
Well, I guess I'm open to the usual job I do with Prakton, but Prakton seemed busy at the moment.
Yeah, maybe. At this point, he's got a friend over.
Yeah, so I'm
I
gonna
think-
see if.
Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I'm gonna see if I could look at the photos L'Oreelli had taken.
The Lorelei.
Lorelei.
Would you like to share the pictures? Do you
Sure.
have any contacts that could help this situation?
I might.
Alright, we'll send him the. We'll swap numbers and then I'll send them to him.
Okay.
All right. Once I get them, I would like to make a call.
Okay.
Not to her, to Ben.
Okay.
My good friend, the crime lord.
Yep. You make a call. Let's see. What is Dematea doing?
I'm gonna call Natalia and check if she has any jobs for me that have come up.
She responds back with nothing yet.
All right. I'll see about if I can scrounge something up simple.
Okay. She asks how the speaker job went.
And what about usual? You know how it goes when people are in the back.
True enough. All right. Gin.
Are we all going our separate ways now? Dispersing?
That's up to you.
Well, I'm asking the rest of the group. Does everyone just kind of walk away?
Well, I'm going after the Tony unit.
Okay.
But yeah, I haven't left yet.
I left them.
Probably find you eventually.
I'm just trying to find out if I have other jobs I can do right now. Oh, actually, I want to call the mechanic, see if I can get my, God.
Your hopper up and running?
Yeah.
Okay, so you call him up and you're like, hey, I got the money. It's like, all right, bring her on in. So
Okay.
you should have the hopper.
Yeah.
All right. And finally, the Tony unit.
I know what I want to do, but I'm waiting.
Okay.
I'm gonna catch up to them, I guess.
How do you want to catch up to
I
him?
will reconnoiter with Miss Lorelei at her private, I guess, complex apartment, whatever you want.
Okay, so essentially you go to the Emerald Dragon. Since she's
Yep,
been
and I'll just
rooming
wait in
there. Okay.
Yep.
You get a confirmation from the Emerald
Ascend.
Dragon that your Bioroid has shown up. Looking a little scuffed, but otherwise okay and intact.
Thank you, Lan.
Alright, so Gin, you said you had something?
Yeah, I'm just gonna, in case they want to contact me with my stuff, and I'm just gonna wait to see if they all just kind of leave.
Okay.
Are we picking up from this exact spot or somewhere else?
That depends on what you guys are wanting to do.
I'm just waiting for everyone to leave because I was gonna take the.
Oh. You're going to take the ground truck. Got it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The only thing I'm making sure I'm keeping is that one paperwork.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so
The
go ahead
provision-
and in your item list, go ahead and add a provisional officer documentation.
Cool.
What that does for you is you are now part of the NAPD faction.
I was just gonna try to scrap the truck for some extra parts since I lost my icebreaker, my starting equipment.
That's fine.
Oh.
Have fun with that.
All right, so the rest of you, I guess, are departing for home / wherever you're going.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go talk to Ben because apparently he doesn't want to answer my calls.
Oh, he's answered. I just wanted to get past all of this stuff first. I wanted to give everybody a chance to tell me what they were doing. All right, so you guys start heading for rides, whatever it may be. Tyson, you actually take the truck, and where are you wanting to take it so you can actually get parts off of it and stuff like that?
I'm just gonna, I'm gonna just call up my maintenance guy and say, where do I need to take this to get a quick buck off this?
Okay, so he directs you towards one of the local chop shops that's actually from where you're at. Let me go back to New Angeles with you guys. So from where you're at, you're going to need to get to Old Town with it to actually
Oh,
get
God.
the stuff.
With the way it looks,
Yep.
that's pretty.
And the
close
way it drives.
right here.
The
Yes.
way it drives.
It's like 15-minute, 20-minute drive.
I'm gonna take it nice and easy and go.
All right, so you're there, roughly. Actually, you're down here, roughly, in Nihongai, because that's where the Emerald Dragon is. All right, so where are the rest of you guys going, and where do you live? I'm
You
assuming.
know where I'm going.
So go ahead and place yourselves on the map. If you don't know anything about the district, just figure one that you like, and then just read up on it. What we will do is we will reconvene from there, because you guys are headed home / getting your individual projects done. For this session, you guys have got 10 XP.
Nice.
So, in addition to that, you guys have now made a new contact, Speaker. You don't know much about him, but he apparently pays pretty well, because he came through and paid you the 3,000 creds to your group that you guys agreed to do. Alright, so Lorelei, you're in Nihongai.
Yep.
Okay. Alrighty, so that is where we will stop the game for tonight.
Okay.